Hey there friends, and welcome back to Busy Girl Budgets. My name is Mallory and I live in New Mexico with my husband and our 2 pups. In today's video, we're going to be doing our usual cash unstuffing as well as budgeting for our paycheck. We are behind on doing this almost by a week, but we're getting there. Also, we're going to be enjoying a nice beverage while we do this. Today I have an eggnog latte. Let me know what you guys have in the comments. So grab your favorite drink or snack and let's get to budgeting. All right, my friends, well, welcome back again. I'm so happy to have you here. If you are new, I hope you'll decide to stick around and that maybe you take something away from today's video, you learn something, or you just have a good time being here. Like I said, I have an eggnog latte. I have to take a moment and tell you guys about this because I'm literally obsessed. As you guys know, I have my own coffee bar at home. So I've been learning how to make different drinks, and this is so easy. I mean, it's just espresso with a little bit of brown sugar and then a quality eggnog. I found one at Whole Foods that is so delicious. They are not all created equal. I think it's called the Alexander brand, and it's A2 milk. So it's easier to digest. I'm lactose intolerant and I can actually drink the A2 things because they're not pasteurized. So this is fantastic, you guys. I have my little gingerbread icon glass and yeah, just living my best life over here. That's going to be the drink I drink all winter. Anyway, getting into today's video, we are going to start with our cash unstuffing. And if you guys are watching, is there a gingerbread man emoji? Pause. I'm going to check. Okay, unfortunately, there's not a gingerbread emoji. There's a ginger emoji, but don't leave me that one. Leave me a snowman emoji in the comments if you guys are watching. All right, so starting with our unstuffing, I have a new wallet. Show it to you guys really quick. So it's Mickey. It's Minnie with a bow. And I have been wanting a plain black Loungefly for a long time. If you guys don't know what Loungefly is, it's a brand of bags and I use them when I go to Disney. And usually they're very loud. I don't use them on the day-to-day. They're very not muted in any way. They're lots of colors and big designs and everything. And I really wanted one that I could use regularly. So I found this one and it had the matching backpack. And so it's just all black, just a little bow on it. I just love it. It's so cute. I got it super on sale at Box Lunch. So anyway, this is my new wallet. So I don't have dividers anymore. But that's fine. I pretty much know what's in my wallet and what it's for. So I'm just going to pull out the cash real quick. And I am still getting over being sick. I did finally start antibiotics yesterday. So hopefully I will start to feel completely better in the next few days here. All right, so for our wallet, we're pulling the 20 for groceries, the 20 for dining out, 10 for my fun money, and then this was miscellaneous, and we're pulling the 5, and I'm going to put the $2 into my dollar savings challenge once we get there. So that's all we're unstuffing from my wallet. Nothing is coming out of my high priority binder, but we are unstuffing quite a few things from my short-term binder. Starting off with pups. My dog Melbourne, his medication shipped and it was more than what I had in here, but I have some in my buffer that I pulled from. So we're pulling the full 120 from this. So 50, 70, 90, 110, 115, and 120. I could dip into their emergency fund, but I really didn't want to, so I just pulled money from my buffer for the extra. Okay, so pups is empty. Next is household. We're going to be emptying that. Got some laundry items, so 15 is coming out. And then Costco. This is my grocery overflow envelope, and I went to Trader Joe's, so we're going to pull the 50 in here. I actually, you guys, in my next video, in my cash stuffing, I am going to be releasing all of my items for my next Etsy drop. I have them ready. I just need to cut them. So I'm going to work on that in the next day or two before my next video. And I will show you guys everything we're bringing to the shop it's a big drop, and it's not all winter. There's a few winter things, but there's a lot of things that are just like everyday items. I also have a whole like retro 70s line that I created, as well as some different envelope inserts. So I'm actually going to be changing out all of my envelopes and changing them to new inserts and changing out the type of envelope I use. And I've changed some of my category names, and I've also added some categories. So I'm excited to share that with you guys when I do my next like setup video. And then I'll share with you all the items for the Etsy shop. Okay, so that's all that is coming out of that binder. Next is my low priority binder. And several new dashboards coming to the shop. Probably like, I think there's like 8 new dashboards coming to the shop. Entertainment is getting emptied. That has 30, 10, 20, 25, 30. Sorry if I'm clearing my throat a lot, you guys. I'm still a little congested. And then shopping is getting the 30 pulled. 10, 20, 25, 30. Okay. All right. And that is all we are unstuffing. So let's give this a count. Grab my calculator. Okay, we have 50, 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40. So 300, that's correct. That's the amount I needed. So that all adds up. So now what we're going to do is switch our setup and we'll get into budgeting. All right, my friends, we are back and ready to start budgeting. So the amount that we have to work with is $631, and this is for the pay date of November 14th. I did have more to work with, but we spent some of it already. So we're not going to be stuffing anything in my wallet. So we're just going to jump right to sinking funds. I'm going to just do this. Okay. So starting off with our high priority binder, it's going to be our pretty like standard amounts that we're adding in here. Slowly adding more to my emergency fund. I was really thrilled to hit my goal of 5,000 in there, but we're still adding. So right now we have 5,040, and we're going to add our normal 20 today. And that will bring us up to 5,060. Next is the dog's emergency fund. They have 520 currently. We're going to add another 20, bring them up to 540. Okay. Next is health. And this has 100. I don't know why I did that. Hold on. I need to change this because I put that there was 0 in here after I added 150. Not correct. Okay. So we're going to add another 150 today. So our premium is going up in 2026. So we'll be at 300 here. So our premium is going up in 2026. So I logged in and I looked at the different plans to see if we maybe wanted to switch. And I really like our plan. There was one other one that was a potential switch, and it was like significantly less, but I'd have to change several of my doctors and potentially not have my certain prescriptions that I take covered anymore. And it's just not worth it. So we're going to stick with the current plan that we have. And it's worked out really well for us. So we're just going to bite the bullet and stick with it. All right, next is car maintenance, and we are at 460. We're going to add just 10 today, so that will bring us to 470. And then next is Michigan, and that has 640. We're just going to add 10, and that will bring us to 650. Okay, so that's it for this binder. So let's add up what we put in here. We have 150, 170, 190, 200, 210. Write that over here. We started off with 631, subtracting the 210. We have 421 moving forward. Okay, so we'll grab our short-term binder. All right, so for our short-term binder, starting off with pups, that is empty. So we're gonna add 50 to that today. Definitely want to get money back in here. So 50, and whoops, that'll be all that it has. Household is next. That's also empty. We're gonna add 10. That'll be all that it has. And then Costco, or my grocery overflow envelope, that's just gonna get 30 this week. We have quite a few groceries we need to get through. So 30 there. Then we have anniversary, and that's just gonna get the usual 10. So that will have 40, or I'm sorry, 50. And then vacation. Vacation is at 340. We're just going to do 10. So we have 350. Next we have beauty. I do have a haircut tomorrow. So we're going to add 20 in there. That'll bring it up to 60, which is what I need for my haircut. And then toiletries has 15. We're just going to give it 5. And that'll be up to 20. All right, so let's add that up. We have 50, 60, 90, 110, 130, and 135. 135, and then we're going to subtract the 135 from the 421 we had left. So we have 286. All right, and remember we still have our second page to do, which is our savings challenges. So we're going to try and put as little as possible into my low priority binder. All right, so now we're into our low priority binder. And starting off with coffee, this is for coffee supplies. And we have 10 in here. We're going to add the normal 5. Change my color. Okay. So 5, and that'll bring us to 15. Next is entertainment, which is empty. We're going to do 10. Then we have shopping, which is empty. I am going to do, I want to add extra in here. I'm just going to do 30, I guess. So 30. And then gifts has 5. No, it has more than that. No, it held 5. Okay. So we're going to do its normal 5, and that'll bring it up to 10. And then Disney has 380. How much do I want to add to this? I kind of want to just hit 400, which I think would be cool. So I'm gonna add 20 in here. So 400 in here. I gotta tell you guys something about Disney, Disney related. So I love Box Lunch, the store, and I think I mentioned on here that hopefully my mom is going to be coming to visit me in January, because my dad is going to stay in have a respite care for like a month, and so my mom hasn't been out here in over a year, and I haven't seen them since like August because I've been sick. So she's hopefully coming out here in January, and we're going to go to Disneyland with my brother. And my brother's doing it's a 5K at Disney. It's called like Run for Disney, I think. And so he's going to be in that. And my mom has never gone to Disney. So we're going to take her. I'm so excited. I hope it all works out that she's able to come here. We're able to take her, like all of that. But I bought her a lounge fly at Box Lunch. It is so cute. So my mom loves denim. She's like known for always wearing denim, like denim dresses, denim shirts, denim skirts. Like she's always wearing denim. When this bag came out like over the summer, I was like, oh my gosh, my mom would love that. So it's a denim backpack, like a light denim, but then it has cherries embroidered into it. And the cherries are shaped like Mickey Mouse. They are so, so cute. So I showed it to her on FaceTime because I could not wait to give it to her because I'm not going to see her for a few months. So I'm really excited that I got to get that for her. So once she gets here, I'm definitely going to take her to like box lunch to find some Disney like shirts or like a sweater or something that she can wear while we're there. Because my sister-in-law and I and my brother, like we all like dress for Disney, like earrings, necklaces, like down to the socks, down to the like everything, the bag, like everything. So I want her to like have the full experience. I think it'll be fun. Anyway, that's my little snippet about Disney. So I'm saving up I have enough for my ticket. I'm going to try and save up enough for her ticket too. Because I'd like to treat her with that. And then for the hotel and the flights and stuff, all covered with my points. So that won't cost anything. Okay, so in my low priority binder, let's add this up here. We have 5 plus 10 plus 30 plus 5 plus 20. That's 70. We had 286 and we're going to subtract the 70. So we have 216 left to work with. So, whoops, 70 here. And then we've got 216 that's going to go into our next page, which is our savings challenges. I'm going to write this up here, 216. All right, let's grab our savings challenge binder. All right, so this binder, my goal is to finish the challenges that I have in here before the end of the year, with the exception of my little bit challenge, because that is a big challenge. And I need another like $1,300 to finish it. And I don't think that's going to happen in the next like 4 weeks. So my goal is to finish these 4 challenges. So I looked at it and I can finish this one for sure. I need $55 to finish this one this week. So we're going to start off with that. So 55. And this challenge saves $250. So we'll be up to the $250 mark and it'll be complete. Yay. So I think what I'm going to do with my challenges, I'm contemplating using this $250 for Black Friday, even though I have a Black Friday challenge, but that one's not going to be done. I'm thinking about using this because there are a couple things that we like desperately need. I really need new frying pans, like very bad. I've had to throw away several of mine. So we're going to not get like cheaper ones this time. We're going to get really nice ones. Ideally, I would love to get the Caraway ones, but they are ungodly expensive. So I may get something similar and see how that does. I also have heard great things about the Hexclad pans, also pricey. I have pots, like I have plenty of pots and they're fine. They're all fine. So I just want to get a set of nice frying pans. So that's definitely on my list. And there's a couple other things we've been looking for. I'm not sure if they'll go on sale. We've been looking for lamps for our bedroom. Not sure if that's going to be a Black Friday thing. Probably not. And there's a couple other things. My husband has a list going of things we've kind of been keeping our eye out for. Another one is a new frother for our coffee station because ours is dying and it's just a handheld one. And we use them constantly. So we have burnt through several of them. So at this point, we're just going to get a nice one. And my husband also needs a new toothbrush, a Sonicare. So those are a few things I'm thinking that we're going to get. So I definitely want to have, a little bit of money set aside for that. So I think that's what this $250 is going to go towards. But getting into our Black Friday challenge, this is, for me, save $600 and each icon is $25. So, before I get into that, let me do my every little bit challenge because I know that I'm going to need 36 for that, which is a 1, a 5, a 10, and a 20. So let me look at this. Okay, so the ones are going to bring us to 18. I need to zoom in. 18, 5s to 90. Oops. The 10s to 180. The 20s to 360. Okay, So let me keep track on my calculator over here. So we had 216. We're going to do the 55 to finish that challenge. And then we're going to do 36 for my every little bit challenge. So we have 125 left. All right. So let's go back and see what we can do here. So I'm thinking I want to do 50 in here. That would complete this row. And that would give us 51, 52, 250, 300. So we'd be halfway done with the challenge. Okay, so subtract 50, we have 75. And then I'd like to do, let's see, let's complete this row. That would be 30. That would be our first 100. 30. And that will leave me 45 to put into my up, and away challenge. So 20, 30, 45. That would get us 4 balloons. So that's awesome. So we'll do 45 in there. I don't know what the total will be after I add that, so I'm not going to write it in. So let's add this up one more time, make sure it's correct here. So we've got 55 plus 50 for Black Friday, 30 for my $500 challenge, 45 for up, and away, and 36 for my every little bit is 216. And then we have 70 for my low priority, 135 for my short term, and 210 for my high priority, for a total of 631, which is the correct amount. Beautiful, it all adds up. So for these challenges, I am gonna put them towards debt, I believe. So these two right here is 1,100, and I believe this is another like 200 or close to. So between these three, that's 1,300. And I think I'm gonna put this towards debt. And after I finish these few challenges, which I'm hopeful that I can finish in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So those will be done, and I'm not starting any new challenges before the end of the year. So for the last few weeks of the year, I'm going to put as much money as I can into getting ahead on my every little bit challenge. All right, so we have one last thing to do, and that is to add my dollars into my singles savings challenge. I only stuff this whenever I have ones left in my wallet, and sometimes I pull from it, quite honestly, to just like round off envelopes. But we've got 2 that we're going to add here. So let's count this up. I need sort quick. My fingers are not going to do this. Sort quick was the bomb, you guys. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's wrong. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. Okay, so $12 in here. Wonderful. And it's just for my singles. So, all right, you guys, that brings us to the end of today's video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me through all of the clearing my throat and there's probably gonna be 50 cuts in this video because I've had to clear my throat and blow my nose like 8 times. Anyway, thank you guys again so much for being here. If you haven't already done so, drop me a snowman emoji in the comments. Don't forget to tune in for Thursday's video for the cash stuffing because we're going to be releasing all of the new items for my Etsy shop, and you're definitely going to want to check it out, especially because I'm running a sale the week of Thanksgiving. It's part of an Etsy wide sale, and it's going to be a really, really good discount. So be sure to check it out. Be sure to tune in and see what items you guys want to get your hands on. One of the big items I'm going to be releasing is my wedding binder. And I did share this on my shorts. That is going to be made to order. It's going to be custom to whatever anyone wants as far as what categories and things. I have like 25 categories available, and you can pick whatever ones you want. So would make a great gift for anyone who's potentially going to be getting married next year. A great way to save. So definitely be sure to check it out. Again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and we will catch you in our next one. Bye.